Welcome to Daily News Brief, your clear, concise look at today's top headlines. If you find this update helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a story that matters.
Hurricane Helene caused significant damage in western North Carolina almost a year ago, leading to the demolition of a popular tourist attraction.
The Lake Lure Flowering Bridge in Rutherford County, a beautiful spot in the Blue Ridge Mountains, suffered severe damage from the floods and winds.
The town of Lake Lure announced the demolition of the historic bridge will begin later this month.
While the bridge itself dates back to 1925, it did not become the Lake Lure Flowering Bridge until 2013.
Local volunteers, known as the Friends of the Lake Lure Flowering Bridge, enhanced the decommissioned bridge by adding beautiful gardens.
According to Linda Riando, a master gardener and marketing chair of the group, the bridge attracted over 150,000 visitors annually.
Hurricane Helene brought devastation to western North Carolina last year, and Lake Lure, a filming location for Dirty Dancing, experienced severe damage.
The town, Chimney Rock Village, and the lake itself were covered in debris.
While the area is still recovering, some tourist spots like Chimney Rock State Park have reopened.
The flowering bridge suffered a complete collapse at one end and buckling at other points, with its greenery swept away.
The bridge has continued to deteriorate over the past 11 months.
Riando expressed sadness over the destruction of the almost 100-year-old bridge, a sentiment shared by volunteers and visitors.
Two engineering firms determined the bridge could not be restored, leading to the decision to demolish it.
Demolition is scheduled to start on August 18th.
Although the bridge is gone, the volunteer group is making plans for the future.
They are waiting for occupancy certification to reopen their education center to hold gardening and art classes, with hopes of installing new gardens nearby.
Riando affirmed the group is still active and eager to create a new magical space for visitors in the future.
Thanks for staying informed. See you in the next episode.
High-speed trains offer a thrilling spectacle, as evidenced by a video showcasing the Shinkansen bullet train in Japan.
This train travels at speeds up to 320 kilometers per hour, or about 199 miles per hour.
The Shinkansen provides rapid transit between cities like Tokyo and Osaka, taking only 2.5 hours for a journey that could take over 6 hours by car.
The cost of the train journey is comparable to flying, but offers a more scenic and comfortable experience through the Japanese countryside.
Beyond speed and comfort, high-speed rail offers significant environmental advantages over fuel-intensive travel methods.
Research indicates that high-speed rail significantly reduces fossil fuel consumption and carbon emissions along its routes.
This positive environmental impact increases over time and with greater distance from the railway.
While other countries have embraced high-speed rail, the United States currently lags behind in its implementation.
Only Amtrak's Northeast Corridor offers speeds approaching those of the Shinkansen, but even those are limited to 150 miles per hour in short bursts.
Social media comments on the video reflect enthusiasm for high-speed rail, with many expressing awe at the speed and smoothness of the Shinkansen.
Some commenters even noted that the trains sometimes travel at full speed through rural stations, creating an even more dramatic experience.
The video and the ensuing discussion highlight the growing interest and potential benefits of wider high-speed rail adoption.
High-speed rail presents a compelling alternative to traditional transportation, offering speed, comfort, and environmental benefits.
As countries seek sustainable transportation solutions, high-speed rail is likely to play an increasingly important role.
The efficiency and reduced environmental impact of high-speed rail make it an attractive option for the future of travel.
Continued development and investment in high-speed rail infrastructure could transform transportation networks globally.
United Airlines temporarily grounded all United States flights due to a technical problem with their weight and balance system on Wednesday evening.
The airline stated that mainline flights were held at departure airports, anticipating delays while they addressed the issue, prioritizing safety and customer support.
Flights already airborne were not affected by this ground stop.
Several hours later, United Airlines announced the technical issue was resolved, and they were working to get customers to their destinations.
The airline acknowledged residual delays, but assured the public their team was working to resume normal operations.
Despite the quick resolution, many passengers faced disruptions and expressed their frustration on social media.
One passenger reported being stuck on the tarmac at Denver International Airport for over an hour, with no updates from United Airlines.
Another passenger described the situation as unbearable and urged the airline to let passengers off the planes.
A third passenger requested an update from the airline, highlighting the stranded customers and lack of communication.
United Airlines responded by stating the ground stop was to manage gate availability at destination airports due to the technology outage.
They acknowledged potential delays and reiterated their commitment to restoring normal operations and prioritizing safety.
The airline apologized for the inconvenience caused by the disruption.
This incident underscores the reliance on technology in modern aviation and the potential for widespread disruption when these systems fail.
It also highlights the importance of clear and timely communication with passengers during such events.
Hopefully, United Airlines will learn from this incident and improve its communication protocols for future disruptions.
Passengers deserve to be kept informed and treated with respect, especially during unexpected delays and disruptions.
Canada is joining its allies in lowering the price cap on Russian oil due to the ongoing war in Ukraine.
This decision was announced by the Canadian Finance Department in a statement released on Friday.
The price cap for seaborne Russian crude oil will be lowered to $47.60 per barrel from $60.
This action aligns Canada with the European Union and the United Kingdom.
These allies announced in July they would lower the price cap, targeting Russia's oil revenues.
The goal is to increase pressure on Moscow over the war in Ukraine.
Finance Minister François-Philippe Champagne stated that lowering the price cap is a way to increase economic pressure on Russia.
He emphasized this measure limits a crucial source of funding for Russia's war.
This coordinated effort aims to further restrict Russia's ability to finance its military operations.
By limiting Russia's oil revenue, the Allies hope to weaken their ability to sustain the conflict.
The lowered price cap represents a significant step in the ongoing international response to the war.
This action demonstrates the continued commitment of Canada and its allies to supporting Ukraine.
The price cap is a key tool in the broader strategy to address the geopolitical implications of the conflict.
It also underscores the importance of international cooperation in responding to global crises.
The impact of this lowered price cap will be closely monitored by international observers.
Further actions may be taken depending on the evolving situation and Russia's response.
Former President Donald Trump is facing renewed scrutiny for his past defense of Mike Tyson, who was convicted of raping Desiree Washington.
This resurfaced amidst questions about Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, the accused sex trafficker.
In a 1992 interview with David Letterman, Trump questioned the severity of Tyson's 6-year sentence.
He stated that it was ridiculous, citing the fact that Washington had been dancing for Tyson late at night.
Trump suggested that Tyson should pay restitution to rape victims instead of serving jail time.
He proposed that Tyson should serve some time but also provide millions of dollars to victims.
In a separate interview with Charlie Rose that same year, Trump questioned Washington's account of the assault.
He expressed uncertainty about whether the rape actually occurred, using the phrase perhaps, perhaps not.
These videos have re-emerged as Trump faces criticism for his administration's handling of the Epstein case.
The Justice Department and Federal Bureau of Investigation recently released a memo stating that Epstein's death was a suicide.
The memo also stated that, contrary to rumors, Epstein did not keep a client list.
This contradicts previous statements from United States Attorney General Pam Bondi, who claimed to have the list.
Trump's past association with Epstein, whom he once called a terrific guy, has further fueled the controversy.
Trump is facing pressure from his supporters who suspect a cover-up in the Epstein case.
Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, Trump's former attorney, recently interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell.
Maxwell, serving a sentence for sex trafficking, reportedly said she never witnessed Trump engage in inappropriate behavior.
Dawn Norton resigned as chief financial officer of Wilton, Connecticut, after officials discovered she simultaneously held a town administrator position in Graybull, Wyoming.
Norton claims she complied with her Wilton employment terms and kept Wilton leadership informed about the Wyoming position.
She started as Wilton's CFO in March 2022 and took the Wyoming job in May, according to Wilton Town Administrator Matt Knickerbocker.
Norton states she worked remotely for Wilton from Wyoming since February, while on family medical leave caring for her husband.
She applied for the Graybull job in April, initially part-time, before accepting a full-time position.
Norton claims she gave Wilton notice of her full-time employment in Graybull and promised full support until November.
Knickerbocker, however, claims he was unaware of Norton's Grable role until alerted by the Human Resources Director.
He confronted Norton about the position, and she subsequently resigned from her Wilton position.
Both Knickerbocker and First Selectwoman Tony Boucher state Norton never informed them of the confirmed Grable job.
Norton disputes this, citing a written notice sent in April 2025 informing them she was seeking employment elsewhere.
Wilton officials say the town only permits occasional part-time external roles in emergencies, not full-time public office positions.
Had they known about the full-time position, they would not have approved it.
This controversy comes amidst a town hall review, prompted by concerns about Wilton's finance department.
These concerns include auditor findings of material weakness, understaffing, unauthorized tax credits, and a difficult budget process.
Town officials were focused on the department being overworked and unaware of Norton's other employment.
The Independent has contacted representatives from Wilton, Grable, and Norton for comment.
On the 80th anniversary of the Nagasaki bombing, the Associated Press republished photos of survivor Sumiteru Taniguchi.
Taniguchi, who died in 2017, was 16 years old when the United States bombed Nagasaki.
His back, scarred from the blast, served as a testament to the horrors of August 9, 1945.
The photos, taken by Eugene Hoshiko, were not just remnants of trauma, but warnings against nuclear warfare.
Taniguchi shared these images so no one could deny the devastating effects of atomic weapons.
Even after his death, his legacy continues through his work with Nihon Hidankyo.
This organization, which supports survivors of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings, advocates for the end of nuclear weapons.
When Nihon Hidankyo received the Nobel Peace Prize in 2024, many remembered Taniguchi and his powerful message.
In 2015, Taniguchi shared his story on the 70th anniversary of the bombing.
He revealed the extensive scars covering his back and the damage to his ribs, which constantly impeded his breathing.
He was a 16-year-old letter carrier when the Fat Man bomb detonated over Nagasaki.
The blast threw him from his bicycle, leaving him with severe injuries he would endure for the rest of his life.
He spent 21 months lying on his stomach, receiving treatment for his burns and exposed bones.
The pain was so intense that he wished for death during those agonizing months.
Due to his prolonged immobility, one of his arm bones grew and blocked his elbow joint.
Taniguchi dedicated his life to advocating against nuclear proliferation, leading a survivors group in Nagasaki.
Mark Cuban advised consumers to stock up on consumables back in April.
He predicted that even American-made goods would see price increases blamed on tariffs.
4 months later, his prediction appears to be coming true.
Procter & Gamble recently announced price increases on roughly 25% of its products.
These products include well-known brands like Tide, Dawn, Charmin, and Crest.
The company cited a $1 billion annual impact from tariffs as a contributing factor.
Procter & Gamble's chief financial officer stated the increases will be moderate and in line with typical inflation.
However, retail analysts predict that other companies will likely follow suit.
Walmart has already increased prices on items like toys, kitchenware, and baby gear.
These products are primarily manufactured in China.
Tariffs on steel and aluminum are also anticipated to increase packaging costs.
This will affect food and beverage staples such as beer, coffee, and canned goods.
The Tax Foundation reports that nearly 75% of United States food imports are subject to tariffs.
These include various items such as baked goods, fish, liqueurs, and spirits.
These price hikes are impacting Americans who are already facing financial difficulties.
A recent survey indicated that many Americans believe the previous administration worsened their cost of living.
An environmental scientist on TikTok addressed a common climate myth.
The myth suggests that current global warming is just a natural cycle.
The scientist acknowledged that the Earth does experience natural warming and cooling cycles.
However, she emphasized that human emissions are significantly influencing the current warming cycle.
She presented data from reputable sources like the Environmental Protection Agency and the OER Project.
This data demonstrates the acceleration of natural warming cycles due to human activities.
The burning of fossil fuels releases toxic gases into the atmosphere.
These gases, such as carbon dioxide and methane, trap heat, intensifying the greenhouse effect.
The Environmental Protection Agency reports a significant increase in atmospheric carbon dioxide in the last 200 years.
Methane levels have also risen dramatically, far exceeding natural fluctuations.
This trapped heat leads to more severe weather events, including droughts and intense storms.
These erratic weather patterns affect agriculture, biodiversity, and species survival.
The economic impact of climate change is projected to be substantial.
Forbes estimates a cost of $40 trillion annually by 2050.
Disproportionately, those least responsible for the warming may bear the brunt of these costs.
Despite the dire predictions, individuals can take action to mitigate climate change.
States are facing pressure to protect households and businesses from the rising costs of electricity used by data centers.
The impact of data centers on electricity bills is complex and difficult to determine precisely.
Many states are taking action, as data centers lead to increased construction of power plants and transmission lines.
These actions include pressuring power grid operators to control price increases and examining the influence of data centers on electricity bills.
Some data centers may consume as much electricity as large cities, prompting a reevaluation of how transmission costs are distributed among consumers.
Historically, these costs have been allocated based on electricity usage. But this system is being challenged by the massive energy demands of a few wealthy companies.
Some officials argue that factors like aging infrastructure and extreme weather events also contribute to rising electricity costs.
The Data Center Coalition, representing technology companies and data center developers, maintains that its members are committed to paying their fair share.
However, evidence suggests that electricity bills for some Americans are increasing to subsidize the energy needs of large technology companies.
A report by Wood Mackenzie indicates that current rates for data centers are insufficient to cover the costs of new power plants.
This suggests that other consumers, including residential, commercial, and industrial users, are likely bearing the cost of data center power consumption.
Research from Monitoring Analytics shows that data center demand accounted for a significant portion of increased electricity costs last year.
Several governors have challenged power prices set by grid operators, citing concerns about excessive costs for consumers.
Monitoring Analytics proposes that data centers should procure their own power to prevent cost shifting to average consumers.
Numerous states are exploring ways to increase the local transmission costs paid by data centers.
Oregon has directed utility regulators to develop new power rates for data centers.
In New Jersey, regulators are investigating whether ratepayers are facing unreasonable cost increases related to data centers.
Other states like Texas and Utah are working to prevent supply and demand imbalances that could burden ratepayers.
3 people are dead after a shooting in Dallas early Saturday morning.
The incident occurred around 2:10 a.m. in the 1900 block of Dudley Street.
53-year-old Latit Pradhan is believed to be the initial shooter.
He allegedly shot 2 people he knew at the scene.
Police arriving at the scene found Pradhan also suffering from gunshot wounds and lacerations.
He was transported to a hospital but later died from his injuries.
The 2 other victims died at the scene.
The identities of the 2 victims have not yet been released.
The motive for the shooting is currently unknown.
The relationship between Pradhan and the victims is also unclear.
The Dallas Police Department is investigating the incident.
The case numbers are 113-6352-025, 1137122-025, and 1137212-025.
Anyone with information is asked to contact Detective C. Fehrenbach.
You can reach Detective Fehrenbach at 214-671-3671.
You can also contact him via email at cody.fehrenbach@dallaspolice.gov.
This information comes directly from the Dallas Police Department.
An Australian scientist suggests that probability is the main factor behind disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle.
He is not alone in this assessment, as the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association and Lloyd's of London share similar views.
Karl Kruzelnicki believes that factors like unpredictable weather and questionable piloting contribute to these incidents.
He argues there is no reason to believe in a supernatural Bermuda Triangle phenomenon.
Over 50 ships and 20 planes have vanished in the Bermuda Triangle in the last century.
Each disappearance fuels conspiracy theories about the area bordered by Florida, Bermuda, and the Greater Antilles.
Kruzelnicki, along with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, rejects the supernatural explanations.
They maintain that the loss of ships and planes is simply a matter of probability.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association stated in 2010 that disappearances do not occur more frequently in the Bermuda Triangle than in other well-traveled areas.
Kruszelnicki has echoed this sentiment since 2017, emphasizing the high volume of traffic in a challenging navigational area.
He points out that the percentage of disappearances in the Bermuda Triangle is consistent with other parts of the world.
Both Lloyd's of London and the United States Coast Guard support this idea.
The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association attributes most disappearances to environmental factors.
These factors include the Gulf Stream's unpredictable weather and the complex navigation around Caribbean islands.
They also note that the area's magnetic field can cause compass deviations, leading to navigational errors.
The United States Navy and Coast Guard maintain that there are no supernatural explanations for these disasters.
President Donald Trump signed an executive order granting political appointees control over billions of dollars in federal grants.
Scientists are concerned this could jeopardize the United States' position as a global leader in research and development.
The order mandates all federal agencies, including the National Science Foundation and the National Institutes of Health, to appoint officials who will review grant applications.
These officials will ensure funding aligns with agency priorities and the national interest, as defined by the administration.
The order also allows for the termination of current and future federal grants at any point, even during the grant period.
No new funding opportunities can be announced until these new protocols are implemented.
The Trump administration claims these changes will strengthen oversight and streamline grant-making.
However, scientists argue this places control of federal research funds in the hands of politically influenced individuals who may lack expertise.
Joseph Bake Coleman, a scientist at the University of Washington, expressed concern about political control over a previously neutral process.
The Association of American Medical Colleges anticipates delays in grant approvals, impacting progress on vital medical treatments.
The administration has already terminated thousands of research grants on topics including transgender health and vaccine hesitancy.
This executive order could also affect grants from the Federal Emergency Management Agency and the Department of Justice.
The Centers for Disease Control and Public Health Initiatives could also be impacted.
Legal challenges to this executive order are anticipated by experts.
This order represents a significant shift in how federal grants are managed and overseen.
The long-term consequences of this change remain to be seen, but the immediate reactions signaled considerable concern within the scientific community.
A recent study indicates that eliminating ultra-processed foods, or UPFs, from your diet can significantly improve weight loss efforts.
Participants in the study who ate minimally processed foods, or MPFs, lost twice as much weight as those who consumed UPFs.
UPFs are typically ready-to-eat or heat items that have undergone significant processing, often containing additives, preservatives, and high levels of sodium, sugar, and unhealthy fats.
Examples of UPFs in the study included breakfast cereal, granola bars, fruit snacks, yogurt cups, instant noodles, and ready-made lasagna.
Conversely, the MPF diet consisted of meals like overnight oats with fresh fruit, plain yogurt with oats and fruit, homemade fruit and nut bars, and freshly made entrees.
While both diets had similar calorie, sugar, fat, fiber, and micronutrient content, the processing levels differed greatly.
Over the 8-week trial, participants on the MPF diet lost 2% of their body weight, compared to 1% for those on the UPF diet.
Extrapolated over a year, this translates to a potential weight loss of 9 to 13% on the MPF diet versus 4 to 5% on the UPF diet.
The MPF diet also correlated with greater fat loss, reduced cravings, and lower triglyceride levels.
Researchers suggest that choosing whole foods and cooking from scratch offers significant benefits for weight, body composition, and overall health.
People on the MPF diet seem to eat less, possibly because UPFs are engineered to be hyperpalatable, stimulating cravings and addictive eating behaviors.
Despite the known health risks associated with UPFs, they remain a common part of the American diet.
A recent study found that a staggering 60% of Americans' daily caloric intake comes from UPFs.
While this study showed that UPFs do not necessarily prevent weight loss entirely, they are linked to numerous health problems.
Some UPFs may contain microplastics, which are potentially harmful to respiratory, reproductive, and mental health.
UPF consumption has also been linked to an increased risk of lung cancer and other serious health conditions.
Tracking your net worth is the first step towards building wealth.
Growing your net worth is what truly matters for long-term financial success.
Many Americans do not know how to calculate their net worth.
A simple spreadsheet listing assets and liabilities can help determine your net worth.
Real estate is often considered a good way to build long-term wealth.
Investing in real estate can generate passive income and offer tax advantages.
There are ways to invest in real estate without owning physical property.
First National Realty Partners offers investments in grocery-anchored commercial properties.
HomeShares provides access to investments in owner-occupied homes.
Focusing on 3 key numbers can help you reach $1 million.
These numbers are your savings rate, rate of return, and net worth.
Most American families have a low personal savings rate.
Increasing your savings rate can significantly shorten the time it takes to reach $1 million.
Monitoring expenses, including insurance costs, is crucial for increasing savings.
Shopping around for home and car insurance can lead to significant savings.
OfficialHomeInsurance.com and OfficialCarInsurance.com can help compare insurance rates.
The rate of return on your savings is also important for wealth creation.
Investing in assets like stocks, real estate, or gold can offer higher returns than keeping money in a savings account.
The Vanguard Standard & Poor's 500 exchange-traded fund has historically provided a strong annualized return.
Gold can be a hedge against economic uncertainty and has seen price increases in recent years.
Thor Metals offers gold individual retirement accounts with potential tax benefits.
Working with a financial advisor can provide valuable guidance for managing wealth.
Texas Congressman Vicente Gonzalez and Texas State Representative Venton Jones recently discussed Texas politics on MSNBC.
They joined Reverend Al Sharpton to talk about the ongoing redistricting efforts in the state.
The conversation also covered the actions of Texas Democrats who left the state to break quorum.
These Democrats left to prevent the passage of a voting bill they opposed.
Republicans have threatened to arrest the Democrats upon their return to Texas.
Congressman Gonzalez compared these threats to someone pickpocketing.
He argued that the Republicans are trying to steal the Democrats' right to vote.
Representative Jones emphasized the importance of protecting voting rights for all Texans.
The Democrats' departure has drawn both criticism and praise.
Supporters see it as a necessary step to protect democratic principles.
Critics argue that it is a dereliction of duty.
The redistricting battle in Texas remains a contentious issue.
Both parties are vying for an advantage in future elections.
The outcome will significantly impact the political landscape of Texas.
The discussion on MSNBC highlighted the deep divisions within Texas politics.
The future of voting rights in the state remains uncertain.
Millions of Americans voted for President Donald Trump, believing in his competence, overlooking his flaws, and hoping for a prosperous future.
Post-election surveys revealed that voters prioritized perceived effectiveness over upholding democratic principles, expecting practical solutions from his administration.
However, public confidence in Trump's leadership has declined significantly, with a majority now believing his policies have been detrimental.
His approval ratings have plummeted to the lowest point of his term, reflecting a growing perception of ineptitude, an unforgivable sin in American politics.
Trump's erratic tariff policies are negatively impacting the economy, contributing to rising consumer prices and a slowing job market.
The resulting increased cost of living is a major source of stress for many Americans, with households facing significantly higher expenses.
Beyond economic woes, Trump's policies are harming various sectors, including healthcare, Social Security, and scientific research.
Cuts to essential government agencies are jeopardizing public health, delaying vital research, and hindering disaster preparedness.
The weakening of anti-corruption efforts and the dismissal of inspectors general raise concerns about accountability and transparency within the government.
Trump's administration is characterized by recklessness and a disregard for the consequences of its actions, exacerbating the national debt.
Democrats have an opportunity to expose Trump's failures and present themselves as reformers working for the common good.
They should emphasize the detrimental impact of Trump's policies on ordinary people's lives, highlighting his ineptitude and lack of compassion.
Sharing personal stories of those negatively affected by Trump's policies can humanize the issue and evoke empathy among voters.
Examples include the disruption of life-saving medical research, the struggles of farmers facing increased costs, and the devastating effects of workforce raids.
The stories of suffering caused by cuts to foreign aid further illustrate the far-reaching consequences of Trump's policies.
Democrats must consistently expose the escalating negative impacts of Trump's administration and emphasize the need for change.
A tourist in Mexico had an unexpected encounter with a cochin, a raccoon-like mammal, in her hotel room bed.
Coatis, also known as coatimundis, are commonly found in South and Central America, Mexico, and parts of the southwestern United States.
The TikTok user who documented the encounter was initially panicked by the presence of the coatia.
She expressed her concern to the animal and wondered how to handle the situation.
Fortunately, the coatia eventually left the room on its own.
While some viewers found the incident amusing, others pointed out that coatis are generally friendly.
However, it is important to remember that even friendly wild animals can become aggressive if they feel threatened.
Human encounters with wildlife are increasing due to habitat expansion and climate change.
This rise in encounters can lead to more altercations, some of which may turn violent.
Sadly, animals involved in attacks on humans are often euthanized.
Since some coachian species are endangered, conservation efforts must address human interaction.
Respecting wildlife boundaries and avoiding feeding them are crucial for both human and animal safety.
Maintaining a safe distance and honoring their boundaries helps protect them from harm.
It also reduces the risk of a defensive attack from the animal.
Feeding wild animals can disrupt their natural behaviors and draw them closer to human environments.
This can lead to increased conflicts and dependence on humans, which is detrimental to their well-being.
Louisiana State University freshman running back J.T. Lindsay surrendered to authorities on Friday after an arrest warrant was issued.
He is accused of harboring 2 murder suspects in his dormitory room, according to reports.
Lindsay faces 2 felony counts of accessory after the fact to second-degree murder.
He has been released on a $5,000 bond and suspended from all football activities at Louisiana State University.
The 2 suspects, 17-year-old Shamel Jacobs and 18-year-old Keldrick Jordan, are reportedly friends of Lindsay from his hometown.
They were apprehended by United States Marshals at Louisiana State University dormitories.
Jacobs and Jordan were wanted in connection to the shooting death of 17-year-old Corey Brooks in May.
They are believed to have stayed in Lindsay's on-campus apartment-style dorm for almost 2 weeks.
Multiple guns, including 2 Arkansas 15 rifles, were allegedly found in the dorm room.
Lindsay's lawyer maintains that his client was unaware of the warrants for his friends and was at football camp during the relevant time period.
The lawyer stated that Lindsay is cooperating with authorities and is adamant about his innocence.
He claims Lindsay would not have allowed them to stay if he had known about the accusations.
However, the arrest warrant suggests it is highly unlikely Lindsay was unaware, given his close ties to those involved and media coverage.
An associate of Lindsay allegedly told investigators that Lindsay knew Jacobs and Jordan were wanted.
Jacobs and Jordan have been wanted since May, and the Alexandria Police Department had issued a public plea for information regarding their location.
The police chief had warned that anyone harboring the suspects would be arrested.
Tesla is discontinuing development of its Dojo supercomputer, designed for computer vision processing in its driver assistance system.
This project, once heavily promoted by CEO Elon Musk, is being abandoned amid declining sales and staff departures.
Project leader is leaving, and approximately 20 team members have joined a competing data center firm.
Remaining Dojo staff will be reassigned within Tesla.
This shift raises concerns, especially as Tesla focuses on a robotaxi service reliant on computer vision.
Musk previously expressed uncertainty about Dojo, referring to it as a long shot.
He explained that dividing resources between 2 different artificial intelligence chip designs was not sensible.
Tesla will now utilize external partners like NVIDIA, Advanced Micro Devices, and Samsung for artificial intelligence chip production.
However, in-house chip development will continue, focusing on the Tesla AI5, AI6, and subsequent chips.
Dojo was intended to train machine learning models for Tesla's autopilot and full self-driving software.
The Dojo team faced intense competition and talent poaching from other tech companies.
Tesla has experienced a significant brain drain, with key executives leaving the company.
Musk's embrace of far-right ideologies has contributed to declining sales and financial challenges.
Tesla's self-driving car technology development has been problematic, with technical issues and near misses reported.
A recent legal setback saw Tesla held partially responsible for a fatal collision involving autopilot, resulting in a substantial financial penalty.
Despite these challenges, Tesla's market capitalization remains high, with share prices increasing recently.
Republican Representative Carlos Gimenez introduced a resolution to remove Illinois Representative Delia Ramirez from the House Homeland Security Committee.
This action follows comments Representative Ramirez made at the Pan American Congress in Mexico City during the August recess.
At the Congress, Representative Ramirez stated, "I am a proud Guatemalan before I am an American."
This statement generated considerable reaction on social media platforms.
Representative Gimenez stated he considers Representative Ramirez's conduct unbecoming of any member of Congress.
The Florida congressman stated his resolution is privileged, meaning it will receive a full House vote in September.
Representative Gimenez emphasized his Cuban heritage and gratitude for the United States.
He stated that declaring allegiance to another nation is disqualifying for service on a committee focused on homeland security.
Representative Ramirez responded that she anticipated this reaction.
She identifies herself as the most progressive member of the Homeland Security Committee.
She has been vocal and was the first to call for Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem's resignation.
Representative Ramirez suggested criticism stems from her stance on diversity, equity, and inclusion.
She vowed to continue using her voice and heritage to defend everyone in America.
Representative Ramirez, an American citizen born to Guatemalan immigrants, clarified her remarks.
She argued that honoring her Guatemalan ancestry strengthens her commitment to America.
She drew parallels to other representatives who identify with their ancestral heritage.
NVIDIA is best known for its high-powered artificial intelligence processors used in data centers.
However, NVIDIA also offers networking technologies that are crucial for their data center operations.
These networking products, including NVLink, InfiniBand, and Ethernet solutions, enable communication between chips and servers.
This connectivity is essential for running artificial intelligence applications and connecting end users.
Gilad Shainer, NVIDIA's Senior Vice President of Networking, emphasizes the importance of infrastructure in building supercomputers.
He explains that connecting computing engines is crucial for creating a larger computing unit.
NVIDIA's networking sales generated a substantial $12.9 billion in the last fiscal year.
While this might seem small compared to chip sales, it surpasses the revenue from NVIDIA's gaming segment.
Networking revenue continues to grow as customers expand their artificial intelligence capabilities.
Gene Munster of Deepwater Asset Management describes NVIDIA's networking business as underappreciated.
He points out its rapid growth, despite receiving less attention than the chip business.
NVIDIA addresses three types of networks in the context of the artificial intelligence boom.
NVLink connects graphics processing units within servers and server racks for improved performance.
InfiniBand connects multiple server nodes across data centers to create a large artificial intelligence computer.
Ethernet connectivity is used for the front-end network, handling storage and system management.
Kevin Dyerling, NVIDIA's Senior Vice President of Networking, explains that these three networks are essential for building artificial intelligence systems of any significant scale.
Maintaining brain health becomes increasingly important as we age.
Diet plays a significant role in cognitive function, especially for those over 50.
Experts recommend a diet rich in fruits, leafy greens, nuts, whole grains, and fish for healthy brain aging.
Neurologist Dr. Mille Etienne recommends pomegranates for their cognitive benefits.
Pomegranates are rich in polyphenols, which have antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and neuroprotective effects.
These nutrients can enhance learning and memory, and may protect against amyloid protein accumulation in the brain.
Amyloid protein accumulation is associated with Alzheimer's disease, a common form of dementia.
Pomegranates' anti-inflammatory properties may offer protection against Alzheimer's disease.
Studies are also exploring the potential of pomegranates in preventing or slowing down other brain disorders like Parkinson's disease.
A sharp brain is crucial for critical thinking, learning, managing daily tasks, and maintaining independence as we age.
Incorporating brain-friendly fruits like pomegranates can contribute to this goal.
Pomegranates can be expensive and are not always readily available.
They are typically in season during the fall months between September and December.
Pomegranate extract can be a good alternative, but choose versions without added sugars.
Consult your doctor before adding pomegranates to your diet, as they can interact with certain medications.
Individuals with conditions like Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or diverticulitis should exercise caution with pomegranates due to potential digestive issues.
Alternatives to pomegranates include blueberries, dark grapes, avocados, and citrus fruits.
These fruits offer their own unique brain-boosting benefits and can be incorporated into a balanced diet.
The National Hurricane Center is monitoring a tropical disturbance that has a high chance of developing this week.
This system is currently located over the northwestern Caribbean Sea and is expected to move northward.
There is a 70% chance that this disturbance will become a tropical depression or tropical storm within the next 48 hours.
If it strengthens into a tropical storm, it will be given the name Idalia.
Regardless of development, this system is expected to bring heavy rainfall and gusty winds to parts of Florida and the southeastern United States.
Residents in these areas should monitor the forecast closely and prepare for potential impacts.
The system is predicted to interact with a front and upper-level trough, which will influence its track and intensity.
These weather features could steer the system eastward towards the Florida peninsula.
While there is still some uncertainty about the exact path and strength of the storm, preparations should begin now.
It is important to have a hurricane preparedness kit ready and to know your evacuation zone.
The National Hurricane Center will continue to issue updates on this developing system.
Stay informed and be prepared for changing weather conditions throughout the week.
The potential impacts could include flooding, power outages, and dangerous surf conditions.
It is crucial to heed the advice of local officials and take necessary precautions.
Remember to secure loose objects outdoors and have a communication plan in place.
Having a well-stocked supply of food, water, and medications is also essential.
Residents and officials in Juneau, Alaska, are preparing for potential glacial flooding.
This flooding, originating from the Mendenhall Glacier, has caused significant damage in recent years.
Officials held a briefing to outline preparedness steps and urge public vigilance.
This type of flooding, called a glacial outburst flood, has been an annual concern since 2011.
The Mendenhall Glacier acts as a dam for a basin that fills with water each spring and summer.
When the basin water pressure is high enough, it breaches the ice dam.
This water flows into Mendenhall Lake and then the Mendenhall River.
The basin water level is currently at 412 meters and rising.
It is only 1.5 meters from overtopping the ice dam.
The rate of rise is unpredictable, making it difficult to predict the exact timing of a flood.
The years 2023 and 2024 saw record flooding, impacting nearly 300 residences last year.
Officials warn against approaching the river during flooding due to debris dangers.
A hotline will be established once the water overtops the dam.
A large flood event could release 15 billion gallons of water.
A temporary levee has been installed along the riverbank to protect properties.
This levee is about 2.5 miles long and comprises 10,000 4-foot-tall barriers.
The United States Army Corps of Engineers is studying long-term solutions.
These outburst floods are expected to continue for several decades.
Scientists underestimated the aggression of small male fiddler crabs when they used a robot crab during mating season.
Researchers from the University of Exeter documented the experiment with Wavy Dave, a three-dimensional printed, Bluetooth-controlled robot crab.
Male fiddler crabs wave their large claws to attract mates.
Females choose mates based on claw size and waving speed.
Scientists knew that male fiddler crabs adjust their displays if rivals are nearby.
However, less was known about how males respond directly to rivals.
Researchers tested this by observing Wavy Dave during mating season in Portugal.
Initially, males ignored Dave, possibly because his larger claw seemed more threatening.
Eventually, the females seemed to recognize the robot as unusual.
This prompted some male fiddler crabs to confront the robot.
One male crab broke Wavy Dave by removing his claw, ending the trial.
Despite the damage, the researchers learned valuable information.
The study suggests that males respond to competition by adjusting their behavior.
Like businesses adjusting to competitors, male crabs change their signaling to attract females.
The male fiddler crabs only attacked Wavy Dave after observing the female's reactions.
Ultimately, the only loser in this interaction was the robot crab.
Roland Marezbini, co-owner of Trump Burger in Texas, is facing deportation.
The 28-year-old, originally from Lebanon, entered the United States in 2019 with a non-immigrant visitor visa.
He overstayed this visa, according to Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested Mr. Bini on May 16 and placed him in detention.
An immigration attorney secured bond for him on June 13 as his case proceeds through the courts.
An Immigration and Customs Enforcement spokesperson told The Hill that Mr. Bini does not have any immigration benefits preventing his arrest or removal.
Trump Burger opened its third restaurant in the Houston area in April.
These restaurants sell burgers with buns branded with the name Trump.
A fourth franchise opened in Bay City this summer.
The other two restaurants are located in Belleville and Flatonia, Texas.
Earlier this year, Mr. Bini told Eater that high demand for the branded burger led him to open more locations.
The White House declined to comment about the deportation case.
This information comes from a 2025 report by Nexstar Media Incorporated.
All rights are reserved, and the material may not be republished, broadcast, rewritten, or redistributed.
For more information, you can visit The Hill for the latest news, weather, sports, and streaming video.
This concludes our report on the arrest and pending deportation case of Roland Marezbini.
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer met privately with President Donald Trump to discuss the negative impact of tariffs on the automotive industry.
Securing this meeting with the Republican president was a significant achievement for Whitmer, a potential Democratic presidential contender for 2028.
Governor Whitmer presented a visual presentation to underscore her points about the tariffs.
This meeting highlights the challenge Democratic leaders face in balancing state interests with opposition to the current presidential agenda.
Whitmer has approached this dynamic differently than many other Democratic governors, fostering a unique relationship with President Trump.
Professor Matt Grossman of Michigan State University noted the unusual nature of Whitmer having direct access to the president.
This was her third White House meeting with Trump, but unlike a previous awkward encounter, this one was kept private.
In the meeting, Whitmer stressed the potential economic damage from tariffs in Michigan, a key state in the 2024 election.
She also addressed federal aid for ice storm recovery and potential changes to Medicaid.
Sources familiar with the conversation report that President Trump did not make any specific commitments.
Whitmer is not alone in her concerns about the potential negative impact of tariffs, including job losses and price increases.
White House spokesman Kush Desai emphasized President Trump's commitment to the American auto industry.
Desai highlighted trade agreements that could open foreign markets to Michigan-made vehicles.
However, President Trump often favors public engagements with technology leaders, such as a recent meeting with Apple Chief Executive Officer Tim Cook.
During this meeting, Cook presented Trump with a commemorative plaque and discussed substantial investments.
President Trump has claimed significant investment commitments, though these figures have not yet been reflected in economic data.
Tourists in the French beach town of Les Sables d'Olonne could face fines for inappropriate attire.
The town, located in the Vendée region on France's Atlantic coast, has implemented a new dress code.
Fines of up to €150, equivalent to about $175, could be levied.
This applies to anyone found walking around topless or in swimsuits anywhere other than the beach.
Mayor Yannick Moreau announced the dress code on Facebook last month.
He cited what he described as indecent behavior increasing each summer.
Moreau emphasized the importance of wearing at least a little outfit.
A poster announcing the fine includes the tagline, "In Les Sables d'Olonne, respect does not go on holiday."
Moreau explained that the fines demonstrate respect for residents.
They also promote good hygiene in public spaces like markets, shops, and streets.
The mayor stated that municipal police officers will enforce this new rule.
He clarified that swimwear is still permitted on the town's 11 kilometers of beaches.
Moreau encouraged visitors to enjoy the beaches while respecting the resort's rules and traditions.
Visitors to the coast of France should ensure their attire adheres to local regulations.
This dress code aims to maintain decency and hygiene within the town.
It is crucial for tourists to be mindful of these regulations to avoid penalties.
Former President Donald Trump announced a press conference at the White House on Monday to address violent crime in Washington District of Columbia.
He claimed this press conference would essentially stop violent crime in the city, which he described as one of the most dangerous in the world.
This follows a White House announcement to deploy federal law enforcement on the streets of Washington.
This deployment is planned to last 7 days, with the possibility of extension.
The announcement comes after an administration staffer was injured in an attempted hijacking.
Last weekend, Edward Corristine, a member of the Department of Government Efficiency, was assaulted by a group of teenagers.
Police have apprehended 2 15-year-olds and are searching for other members of the group.
Mr. Trump had previously threatened to take federal control of the city if local authorities did not address the crime issue.
He did not specify the details of the press conference but has recently claimed violent crime is overwhelming Washington.
He has also threatened to deploy the National Guard to the city.
Mr. Trump has suggested repealing Washington's limited home rule and bringing in the National Guard.
However, data shows that violent crime rates in Washington have decreased significantly in recent years.
The Department of Justice reported a 35% drop in violent crime between 2023 and 2024.
The Metropolitan Police Department also reported a 26% decrease year-over-year as of August 8.
William McGinley, former White House cabinet secretary, expressed support for Mr. Trump's actions.
He stated that Mr. Trump is taking steps to make the nation's capital safe and beautiful.
Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us again for more updates that matter. Until next time.
Thanks for staying informed. See you in the next episode.